Artist, congratulations, Parth. You are one of the shining stars of the new Bharat story.
Trying to be.
Congratulations for the big victory.
Thank you.
All right. So how is X Accelerator different from the other players in the market, and what's your USP?
So this industry itself, let me help you get a fair bit of an understanding in terms of this industry first, right? And then probably I'll try and in my capacity answer as to what makes us different, right? So flex industry is what it is called, right? It's predominantly two things. It's a co-working space, and the other piece of the flex industry is a managed office, right?
Sure.
What differentiates between these two is the size of the type of a customer that you basically deal with. We predominantly, majority of our customer falls on the second side. So we are less of a co-working space and more of a managed office space. That's one thing that definitely makes us different. And second biggest USP is basically we have been focusing on tier 2. So as we speak, we hold more than 12%, 12.2 precisely, in tier 2 cities, which makes us one of the largest players in tier 2 cities. And there are a few markets like Ahmedabad, and we are one of the largest tenant of the town, right? So tier 2 focus, right, is what makes us slightly different from the rest of the competition.
Wonderful. And how do you tell us about your IPO plans, and how do you plan to utilize for further expansion?
So you would have gone through the complete DRHP. Sure. And RHP. We have been very vocally mentioning everything, right? So numbers are kind of mentioned there, right? Yeah. In terms of the growth plan, we have divided that into 3 pieces, right? One is in debt repayment. That will basically help us go much better in terms of cash flow management. Majority portion of the fund we have kept for in future expansion, amongst which we have signed up a few of the assets which are also mentioned in the RHP document, right? And after that, there is a certain amount of general corpus that we kind of have kept. One important thing that is to mention here is there is no OFS. It's a 100% fresh issue. There is no OFS. Not us, nor any of our existing investors are busy liquidating into this, and we are trying to pump in all the funds within the company to basically go multifold onto this.
Sure. So how big is the market size? I know you enjoy about a double-digit market share in the tier 2 cities.
Right.
So can you give us an overview of the market size?
So I'll tell you, in all, the complete flex industry is about 80 million square feet. That's a total real estate leasing industry, right?
Sure.
A flex industry of that is right now, as per the organized players data, and majority of that is tier 1 data, is 10% of that, right? But the way it is growing, right? And this also does not include tier 2 data to a larger extent. Only just I'm referring to most of the data which is pertaining to tier 1 cities, which is because that's more organized data to kind of look at. But the growth is in double digit, and every other lease that these days happens in tier 1, even tier 2 cities, one of the prominent player that takes up a larger chunk of the property on lease into any of the city is definitely a flex player. So this industry, because you have to understand one fact that the way this industry is going is different.
Sure.
But the core of the business is old, right? Years long, people have been taking offices for their operations. They still take it, they'll keep taking it. Absolutely. Right, to run their operations. So it's the same thing. It's just that the way we do this business have changed immensely. So now that has to be a paradigm shift that happens from a traditional way of leasing to coming to a flex player leasing the larger chunk of the property.
Sure. So what are the key drivers which are driving the whole growth?
For the industry as well as for us, the drivers are basically the services, right? So nobody wants to stay asset heavy. None of the company wants to stay asset heavy. If think of an organization who wants to, let's say, set up an office for 300 people, right? Now, earlier before COVID, there were more concentrated office, and after COVID, near to home concept evolved better. So now think of it that a company wants to take up, rather than 1,000 people in a city, they want to keep 500 in a city, and they want to set up 100 of people or 150 people office into smaller cities. So for them, getting a pain of basically knowing that city, acquiring an asset, investing into fit outs, right, that becomes a very difficult task. So one of the key driver is the amount of flexibility that a flex operator basically offers, that makes them very quick decision for a company. Plus, because players like us, as I speak, we're in 11 cities, right?
Sure.
So think of it like this, that a company wants to tie with us for 5 cities, similar consistency in design, similar consistency in terms of employee experience, similar consistency in terms of an IT infrastructure. So for them, it becomes an absolute easy decision that they partner with someone like us, who basically makes it extremely easy for them to get to a newer property.
All right. And what are the value add services you offer?
So in general, value-add services, when managed office or co-working space is seen, predominantly people think that it is an office plus furniture plus housekeeping, maintenance, and security. But in an actual sense, the way Devex works, it is very different. So this core remains there. On top of it, we kind of offer them a lot of extra added services like concierge services. We kind of add up them hiring services. We kind of help them do their payroll management, their account management, the legal partners services as well. So anything. So think of it like this: a company wants to focus on their core business ops and rest support engines. We kind of have either we have our own capacity through which we deliver, or else we deliver through a partner. But we ensure that if a customer comes to our office, we ensure that whatever other than his core business is needed, we kind of offer that as an allied services.
All right. And your final words for the potential investors?
I think well, that's an interesting question. My final words for investors, I would say, it's been an 8 year in the journey. We've been working hard. We wish to continue working hard, and I think investing on us. Numbers, I think investors are more smarter in terms of analyzing numbers, and they would have seen by now, right, through our balance sheets. I would say investing in us, they'll be investing in right people.
And
So
in accelerating their growth as well.
yeah.